Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel Code with Hafiz. This is Hafizullah Masoudi, and in this video I will show you guys how to install ViewRouter for a single page application in Laravel and Vue.js. But before that, I want to tell you guys that if you didn't have subscribed to my channel, please first subscribe to my channel for support and to not miss any updates from my channel. So let's start. Open a new tab and search for ViewRouter. Search for ViewRouter. Click on this first link, or instead of that, click on this installation. And in here you can see you can install ViewRouter using npm. So copy this ViewRouter. We will install it using yarn. So let's open a command prompt window. In here we have to navigate to our project folder, which in my case is cd.//bamp64/www/laravel view. And before pasting the command, let's say yarn add and paste view-router, view-router, and press enter. It will take some time, guys. You have to wait for it to finish. Okay guys, it has been successfully installed in our project. Now we want to add the configuration code to our project. So minimize the command prompt. Or before minimizing it, let's open our project in text editor. So to open our project in text editor, we can write code dot, and it will automatically open our project in Visual Studio Code. So in here, let's go to resources, JS and app.js. And let's get back to the documentation and copy these two lines. We are already importing Vue, so don't copy this command. Now get back to text editor, and after our view, let's paste the code. Now the next part in here is to use our ViewRouter, or we are using the ViewRouter. Now we have to create a routes file. So let's right click here, new file, and name it routes.js. Let's import this file in our app.js. So we can import it here, after adding ViewRouter. So let's say import routes from ./routes. Well, this route for object, we will create it in a moment. So after using ViewRouter with Vue.js, let's say constant router should equal to new ViewRouter, and we want the routes, and that's all. Now we can use this router object in our Vue instance. So in here, after comma, let's say router. Now let's work on our routes file. So let's go to routes.js, and in here we want to set up our routes configuration. So let's say export default and our curly brackets. Well, the first thing we want to declare is our mode for the routes of Vue.js. So let's say mode colon, it should be history, comma, let's declare a base for our project, which should be /Laravel view/. And after that, let's say fallback should be true. And after that, we want to create our routes array. So routes array. Now the first route that I want to create will be our home page. So let's create it by saying curly brackets, and first of all let's declare a path which should be /, and this route should use a component called welcome. And let's also give this route a name of welcome to. Now let's create this route and its component. So at the top, let's press enter and import welcome from components / welcome component dot view. Now let's create this component. So let's go to components and let's rename this one welcome component. Now open this component and let's remove this div from here because we don't need this. Instead we can say an h5 and it should, let's give it a class of text dash center, and inside this h5 let's say welcome to the SPA in Laravel and Vue.js. And let's also create a button. Let's say read more, three dots, and let's also give the class of btn dash primary. Now to access our Vue.js router or routes, we have to do some configuration in our view of Laravel also. So let's go to view welcome blade. Now let's remove these styles because we don't need it, and let's also remove this div because we don't need it also. At the top, the first thing that I want to do is let's create a meta tag, and in here let's say its name should be csrf dash token, and the content should be, let's put our double curly brackets, and inside here csrf underscore token and parenthesis. After that we want to create a link, and it should be type of asset. We should mark to public css slash cs app.css, and at the bottom let's put our script tag. So let's give it a source which should be asset, and public slash j slash app.js, and inside our body let's create a div with the ID of app, and inside here to access our Vue.js router or routes we can create a router dash view tag, and that will do all the work for us. Now the next part is to run or compile all the changes that we made to app.js and to this welcome component. So to do that, let's get back to command prompt, and in here let's say yarn run watch, and it will compile all the code for us. Well, it is throwing an error, and that is because if we get back to the app.js, we don't have this example component. So let's comment this line of code, and now if we get back to the command prompt, you can see compile successfully everything. We don't have any errors now. So let's open our project or see the project in the browser. So now if I refresh, we are not getting anything. So if I inspect, and it says app of undefined, and that is because if we get back to the text editor, guys, let's go to this routes and web.php, and in here instead of this slash let's put our curly brackets, and here let's say any question mark. Let's get back to our browser, refresh, hard refresh. Well, it didn't work. Well, let's run our yarn run watch again. So let's terminate this one. Let's first run our yarn. Now let's run yarn run watch. Now if we go back and refresh, I hope it works. Well, it's not working either. Well guys, let's get back to our text editor, and I think I found a problem. Remove these parentheses because we don't need them. We only need one parenthesis, and that is for this view router, parenthesis routes. Save the file, and now if you go back, refresh, yeah, it's working just fine. Now you can see we are getting our welcome message and the read more button. So guys, it was how to install view router in your application and create your first view component for the single page application, which is the welcome blade, or which is the root directory of our project. So I think this is enough for this video, guys, and in our next video we will probably start working on our CRUD application for the single page. So see you guys in the next video.